Most men spend their lives chasing illusions, love, approval, validation, only to be betrayed, abandoned, or broken. But almost 2 centuries ago, the philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer exposed the brutal mechanics behind love and desire. His insights were so raw, so uncomfortable, that even today, most men refuse to face them. By the end of this video, you'll see the hidden program driving attraction, and why ignoring it guarantees suffering. This isn't just philosophy, it's survival. Schopenhauer stripped love of its romance. To him, love wasn't destiny, it wasn't sacred. It was nature's trick, a biological sleight of hand designed to ensure reproduction at any cost. That rush you feel when you lock eyes with a woman, that obsession that convinces you she's your soulmate, it isn't magic, it's instinct. Your subconscious runs silent calculations: fertility, health, survival. And her instincts, they're running too, wired for different goals. He wrote, "Love is the ultimate goal of almost all human effort." But he didn't mean this as poetry. He meant it as a trap, a drug that hijacks the male brain until biology gets what it wants, and then discards him like an empty shell. Think about it. How many men have sacrificed everything, money, freedom, even their lives, for women who left without hesitation? How many marriages collapse the moment passion fades? This isn't coincidence, it's design. Women aren't selecting based on loyalty or fairness. They're following an ancient algorithm: status, security, dominance. A man's devotion only matters if it serves those ends. Schopenhauer saw it clearly. Women are guided less by reason than by instinct and emotion. Look around. Dating apps show it every day. 80% of women chase the top 20% of men. Divorce courts strip men of wealth in the name of equity. Empires have fallen because rulers surrendered to desire. The wiring never changes. The pattern never dies. Here's the trap. Men believe love is earned through sacrifice. They give, they chase, they prove. But Schopenhauer warned, to be loved, one must not be just, but clever. Women don't fall for servitude, they fall for strength. That's why the so-called nice guy always finishes last. Not because he lacks value, but because he doesn't understand the game. Once she has him, once the chase ends, her instincts move on. He called this the tragedy of possession. Desire lives in pursuit. Once pursuit ends, biology shifts focus. The man who makes her his entire world eventually loses hers. But here's the key. This isn't personal, it's programming. The man who grasps this stops blaming and starts adapting. Schopenhauer's truth isn't to hate women, it's to see them. To recognize that love isn't a fairy tale, it's a transaction. And the man who bargains from weakness will always lose. Because women have always been the selectors of humanity. Their leverage comes not from cruelty, but from evolution. A man must build his value, status, wealth, strength. A woman's value peaks early, instantly recognized: beauty, fertility, youth, her innate currency. He wrote that women are short-sighted, frivolous, and bound to the present. Harsh words, but behind them is a cold, evolutionary reality. A woman's power lies in her ability to capture attention and secure resources. Fast forward to today, social media has amplified this into a global marketplace. Millions of men simp, orbit, and compete for digital crumbs of validation. Entire industries thrive on male desperation. The truth is ancient. Schopenhauer saw it long before Instagram or OnlyFans. Women love conditionally, not because they're evil, but because survival demanded it. A man is loved for his utility, for what he provides. The moment he stops providing, love dissolves. And here lies the paradox. The more a man needs love, the less he receives it. The beta male bends himself backward, proving his worth. The alpha embodies worth effortlessly. One begs for affection, the other commands it. This explains why the office worker who sacrifices health loses respect at home. Why the gym rat builds his body only to attract women who never wanted commitment. Why the man who spends his paycheck on a girl gets ghosted the moment a higher value man appears. These men aren't victims, they're volunteers. Schopenhauer gave men the blueprint. Survival begins with seeing reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. Every interaction is a test. The schedule test. Will you drop everything for her? The frame test. Will you fold under her emotions? The investment test. Are you chasing harder than she is? Fail these and you lose respect. Pass them and you gain control. He called it the tyranny of the weak. Women wield vulnerability as leverage against stronger men. The man who falls for it becomes a slave. The man who sees through it becomes unstoppable. And here's the liberating twist. The chains aren't hers, they're yours. The moment you realize female nature is biological, not personal, you stop resenting and start rising. The ultimate paradox? The less you need women, the more magnetic you become. Schopenhauer's greatest insight wasn't about women. It was about the human condition. He wrote, "The happiness we receive from ourselves is greater than that which we obtain from others." The men who win aren't those chasing validation, but those chasing purpose. History proves it. Warriors, inventors, artists, the men who shaped civilization weren't consumed by love. They were consumed by mission. 3 pillars define unshakable masculinity. Financial sovereignty. Money isn't comfort, it's freedom. Philosophical depth. Most men parrot lies. Few think for themselves. Physical mastery. Weakness in body breeds weakness in spirit. And here's the final armor. Stop expecting happiness from love or fairness. That shift alone frees you from desperation. Ironically, the man who no longer chases women finds they chase him. Why? Because he's no longer like other men. He's the prize. This isn't about fighting women. It's about transcending the game. Schopenhauer's warning still echoes. We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves in order to be like other people. So the choice is yours. Keep surrendering to illusion, or awaken to your true power. The red pill isn't about hatred, it's about truth. And the man who embraces truth becomes unbreakable. This is where your real life begins.